Like what we do? Consider supporting the channel by becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the description below. And as always, please enjoy the story.
Things have been awkward between them all afternoon. Neither Mike nor Sharon thought that actually swapping bodies was possible. Neither of them dared to dream it was something that the marriage resort would suggest as a treatment. "Sharon," Mike said timidly, as he stands in front of their hotel room mirror, "do we really have to do this?" Sharon appears from the ensuite bathroom with a smile on her face. "They've gone to so much effort to give us this experience, Mike. We probably should at least try to get something out of it." Mike turns and sees his wife topless in his body. He frowns at her and shakes his head. "Put a shirt on," he moans. Sharon's face lights up as she puffs out her new muscular pecs. "I'm just enjoying my newfound freedom," she replies. "We're supposed to be walking a mile in each other's shoes, so I'm making the most of it. It's nice not having to wear a bra." Mike turns his attention back to the mirror. He sees his wife's bright green eyes staring back at him. "I don't even know where to start," he sighs, gently touching his new feminine face. "Can you help me get ready? I'm not even sure how to put on a bra." Sharon shakes her head in sympathy for her husband. "No, sorry," she answers. "You always complain about how long it takes me to get ready, so this is your chance to understand why." Mike lowers his head and groans loudly in response. He can't help but focus on the emptiness between his legs and how full he is around the chest. "Oh, Mike," Sharon says impatiently, "why don't you start by picking out a dress to wear? That can't be too hard. I know you like that little black one I wear." Mike rubs his face. "I'm not wearing a dress," he replies in frustration. "Or heels." Exasperated by her husband, Sharon stamps her foot. "You're supposed to be learning what it's like to be me, Mike. We've come here to fix our marriage, so why are you fighting this?" Mike looks up into the mirror at the face of the woman he married and the body he currently possesses. "I've learned something already," he snorts. "You've got a heavy chest and a fat ass." "Say what you want about my body," Sharon laughs, moving closer to her husband. "I've now seen it from a male perspective. I look at you and feel urges." "What?" Mike replies in a huff. Sharon takes the chance to squeeze her husband's juicy behind. "I do indeed have a nice ass, Mike," she laughs. Mike squeaks in shock, reacting to her large hand grabbing at his plump behind. "Don't try and say I don't," she giggles, feeling dominant for the first time. "Seeing you with these male eyes for the first time only confirms it. Now, go and get my stunning little body into a dress before I ring the therapist up and ask for another day like this." Trying to hold on to his masculinity, Mike moves away and tries to stare his wife down. She towers over him with a presence he's not used to, and he feels insignificant. Eventually, Mike gives in. "Oh, fine," he huffs. He walks over to the closet in their hotel room and reluctantly pulls the door open. Looking at the items hanging from the rail, he looks back at his wife in confusion. "Which one should I wear?" he asks. Sharon tilts her head to the side. "Now, that's a good question. Welcome to what it's like being me." After some time, marching through the foyer of the hotel, they both know they are late for their reservation. Mike holds on to Sharon for dear life as he attempts to walk fast in high heels for the first time in his life. "Annoying, isn't it?" Mike says, concentrating on his walking. "What is?" Sharon asks, guiding him. "When we are late for things," he replies. Sharon tuts, but doesn't answer. After a short but awkward exchange with the waitress who's hosting the restaurant, they're both seated in a cozy corner. Mike doesn't want to admit it, but he was relieved when Sharon untucks his chair. He's very pleased to get off his feet. Trying to act as normal as possible and not seem like they're inhabiting each other's bodies, Sharon and Mike start looking at the menu. They both feel a little out of place, so something to distract from the unusual sensations of their bodies is welcome. Mike runs his manicured finger down the list and stops at a T-bone steak. He looks up at Sharon with a smile. They've got T-bone steak. Sharon doesn't react, but that's not uncommon behavior. Soon after, the waitress comes over to the table to take their orders. Standing to attention with her pen and pad, the young waitress looks at Mike for his order. Sharon is offended that she's not asking her first, having almost forgotten that Mike is indeed the lady. "Excuse me," Sharon says rudely. "I'm ordering first." The waitress shifts and gives Sharon a forced smile. "Sir?" Sitting up straight with a smug expression, Sharon starts to order. "I'll have the T-bone steak with extra fries." As the waitress scribbles that down, she turns to Mike for his order. However, Sharon doesn't stop talking. "My wife," she says, causing Mike to stare her directly in the eyes, "will have the sea bass with the side salad." Mike looks shocked at first, but then quickly looks very annoyed. "Any drinks?" the waitress asks, now holding her attention to Sharon. "Water for me," Sharon replies. "Glass of white wine for the lady." Hair falls in front of Mike's face as he just continues to glare at his wife in disbelief. The waitress takes her leave, and there's silence between them. Sharon did that on purpose, and she knows Mike's going to be upset. "Sea bass?" Mike asks, desperately annoyed. "Yeah," Sharon replies, looking in every direction but at her husband's cute face. "I don't like sea bass." Mike sneers. "Yes, you do. Plus, you need to watch what you eat." "What?" "Don't want to get fat, do we?" "Fat," Mike groans, looking at his skinny, muscleless body and laughs. "There's not an ounce of fat on me." "Good," Sharon smirks. "I want my woman looking her best at all times." Quickly realizing what's happening, Mike sighs. "Oh, I get it," he replies. "I'm sorry you think I control your diet. I am a trainer after all. That is what I do." "Annoying," Sharon replies, mimicking Mike's comment from moments ago. "Isn't it?" Mike lets out another long sigh. "I guess," he admits. "But why have you ordered me wine? You know I don't drink." "I was being nice. I thought you might want to, seeing as you are me right now." Mike looks down at his cleavage. "Oh," he shrugs. "Could have at least ordered me a beer." Sharon gives her husband a wry smile and reaches across to gently touch his arm. "Trust me, you'll enjoy the wine in my body." "I haven't had a drink in years," Mike laughs, reacting to his wife's touch. "Are you trying to get me drunk?" "No," Sharon reacts, squeezing Mike's arm. "I just want you to relax and have fun for once." Mike breaks into a smile and playfully flicks back his long hair. "Okay then, while in Rome," he jokes, happy to see his wife smiling. After dinner and many more wines. Shuffling down the hallway, laughing and giggling, the room spins for Mike as the wine takes effect. Struggling to walk in his wife's heels, he clings to her arms. "Sharon," Mike slurs, awkwardly brushing hair from his eyes. "I feel a little lightheaded." Having respected her husband's body, Sharon hasn't touched a drop. She is, however, very pleased that he's letting his hair down in every sense of the word. "It's okay, sweetheart," Sharon chuckles, holding him up. "Just a little further and we are back to our room." "Thank goodness," Mike grumbles drunkenly. "These heels are killing me." "Not easy, are they?" Sharon replies, guiding him. "They look nice with an outfit, but now do you understand why I complain about them?" Rubbing his rosy red cheeks, Mike nods several times. I do, he answers. Finally reaching their room, Sharon opens their room door and Mike stumbles in. Happily kicking off his wife's heels, they go flying across the room. "Ah," he says cheerfully, throwing himself onto the bed. "That's so much better." "Had a good night?" Sharon asks, giggling at how he's unflatteringly splayed across the bed. "You've worn my body well, Mike. It really felt like you were starting to enjoy being a woman by the end of our meal." Yeah?" Mike slurs, closing his eyes. I guess it's been kind of interesting. I have enjoyed your chats. Did I make a good man? Sharon asks, leaning over him as she stands next to the bed. Mike doesn't answer straight away, so Sharon just looks at him wearing her little black dress. His legs are barely covered and she can see her own supple thighs. She once again gets a spark of excitement in her trousers as her male body reacts to the beautiful woman laying before her eyes. She has a lust that she's never felt before in the presence of a woman. Mike, she asks, reaching down to touch him gently on the side. I want to cuddle. Opening his eyes as his wife's large hands touch him delicately, he quickly understands what she's referring to. So many times has he been in this position, and he knows exactly what to say. Cuddle? Mike asks smugly, knowing he's got a chance to really show his wife something about being a man. Sharon leans over Mike's head and looks at his supple lips. She wants to kiss him. Laying on his back, Mike looks up into his wife's eyes. No way, Mike says confidently, knowing exactly what urges are imposing themselves on her. I've got a headache. A headache? Sharon groans, looking at the smug expression on Mike's face. Mike closes his eyes and turns his body to the side. Sound familiar? Yes, Sharon huffs. I guess it does. I do love you, though, Mike. We don't have to. I just thought you might want to see what it's like. Oh, you just thought I might want to see what it's like, Mike says, going fetal. I'm not letting you touch me with that thing, no matter how much you beg. After a few seconds, Mike turns back to face his wife. He's got a smile on his face. But thanks for the lovely night. I do love you too, baby. I'm glad we did this. He pouts his lips for a kiss, and Sharon obliges him. As their lips touch, Sharon backs away and looks into her husband's eyes. We're going to be okay, right? Mike closes his eyes and steals another soft kiss. Yep, he replies, enjoying the moment. I think we are going to be just fine.